Alright, it's been so long since I've been playing RS3. It's been mad long, over a year. Oh snap, I have the Zilliana pet. Oh hell yeah. Let's head home here. It's the wait, why did it teleport me outside? What the hell? What's going on here? Okay, it's fine. I'll just walk inside. Maybe I just said, wait. You must be able to wear a max cape to enter the map. Wait, what? What the hell happened? Why can't I wear a max cape anymore? NANI? Oh no, please!
Let me in! Let me in!
Oh wait, it's double XP weekend.
Yeah, boy.
For levels 1 through 5, you're going to want to do the Necromancy quest. Just a disclaimer, 1 to 99 Necromancy is very easy, but it's made easier if you have a couple mils starting cash, a salve amulet, preferably enchanted, and at least 50 Slayer. If you don't, then it's okay, it's not a big deal. So the Necromancy quest is actually a pretty cool quest. Once you're teleported to Death's office, you're going to want to talk to Death, go through the dialogue. He's going to show you this whole new realm of the city of which honestly they should have just called it the city of That would have been way cooler.
I will teach you. You will be my last apprentice. I am the first Necromancer. The Necromancer!
Who? Anyways, you're going to go through the dialogue and then clear the 5 mounds of dust around the ritual site, and then Death is going to explain to you what each of these means. It's actually pretty important, so pay attention. So basically you can either install a ritual glyph or a light source. All rituals need light sources and certain rituals need certain glyphs. So then place the bones on the pedestal and then install the ritual candles and then install 2 commune 1 glyphs, and then go through the dialogue, repair the broken glyph, and then stand on the nearby platform to do the ritual. After you're done, you'll hit level 2, and then a skeleton will appear at the Well of Souls, which is like a necromancy passive tree unlock kind of thing. And then he'll teach you about that. There are different abilities you can unlock, and then they'll tell you that you'll need talent points. And to get that, you'll have to do combat through necromancy. And at that point, they're going to give you a death guard and spawn a couple monsters in front of you. So wield the death guard and then kill the monsters. You'll hit level 3 and unlock a talent point as well. So once you have your talent point, go back to the Well of Souls and then unlock your first skill, which is Conjure Skeleton. And then you're going to go through the dialogue. And then that's pretty much it. You'll hit level 5 just for completing the quest, and at which point Death will introduce you to different aspects of the city. So Death will be at the center. That is going to be the general store. That's going to be where you buy necromancy gear from. This is the house where you unlock necromancy prayers. This is the cave where you'll be training for a little bit. And then that's pretty much it. So just complete the quest, and then we're going to head over to that guy we showed you earlier. He's right over here, and then you're going to buy the first set of necromancy gear. For levels 5 through 26, from the Grand Exchange, buy 50 fragile mementos, teleport back to and buy 500 ritual candles and ghostly inks from the general store. Then head back to the ritual site and click the pedestal and set it to Lesser Communion ritual and set the focus to fragile memento. The ritual board should already be set up correctly with the right glyphs. Now do the 50 Lesser Communion rituals, after which you'll be level 26 and have 400 souls, which is one requirement to access tier 3 of the talent tree. So head over to the Well of Souls and unlock both the Conjure Vengeful Ghost and Conjure Putrid Zombie abilities. Now we're going to do the Kili Row and Rune Mythos quest. Head over to Kili right here and accept the Kili Row quest, and then you're going to want to go to the GE and buy 2 regular ghostly ink, 20 more fragile mementos, 14 bronze, 14 iron, and 14 steel bars, and put them in a furnace and make 14 lesser unensouled bars. Then head over to the ritual site and set up your ritual board to make lesser ensoul material and make 2 lesser ensouled bars, then deposit the rest of the bars in the storage. Then set up your rune board to be able to do lesser communion rituals, then do a lesser communion ritual on Kili's item that you got. Then withdraw the completed item from the chest along with any bones. You should have at least 1 just from doing rituals, and give the item to Kili and she'll give you an urn to fill. Then do a lesser communion ritual on those bones. And then finally head back to Kili to complete the quest. For Rune Mythos, head back to the ritual site and talk to Mortifer to start the quest. He'll be right by the chest. He'll give you some materials, so set up the ritual board to be able to do lesser essence rituals. Then do the lesser essence rituals on the pure essence that he gave you. Then withdraw withdraw the impure essence from your chest, and we're going to head over to the rune crafting symbol on our map on the top right. Once you get there, enter the dark portal, then click on any of the altars and Raziel will stop you. Then find him by the spirit altar, talk to him, and click on the altar to make spirit runes. And lastly, head back to the ritual site and talk to Mortifer to finish the quest. Then withdraw the 2 lesser ensouled bars that we finished earlier from the chest, head back to Smithy and upgrade your Death Guard and Skull Lantern to tier 20 at the Soul Forge if you have at least 15 smithing. For levels 27 to 30, we're going to kill Ghostly Troll Bruisers and or Ghostly Troll Throwers in the City of Troll Cave. As a general tip moving forward, when you're fighting undead, you should always have on the Salve Amulet or Salve Amulet Eve from the Haunted Mine quest. Then head back to Kili to get the level 30 task, then head to the ritual site and complete another 2 lesser ensouled material rituals to create 2 more lesser ensouled bars, and then set up your board to do lesser communion rituals, then do 3 of those that will fulfill the urns requirement. I had 3 wyvern bones in my chest, so I just used those as my foci. Then withdraw the bars and head back to Kili to finish the task, then upgrade your Death Guard and Skull Lantern to tier 30 if you have at least level 25 smithing. Then we're going to teleport to the Wilderness Lodestone and head north of Fort Forntree, and we're going to kill fetid zombies until level 40. Make sure you bring some food and potions to speed things up. Once you're level 40, head to the Grand Exchange and buy a meat pie and keep it in your inventory. Then head back to Kili to do the Kili's Knowledge 2 task to craft a tier 40 Death Guard and tier 40 Skull Lantern. This requires 4 more lesser ensouled materials to make 4 total lesser ensouled bars, and which also requires 35 smithing. So head back to the ritual site and do more lesser communion rituals with mementos as the focus to fill the urn, and then more lesser ensouled rituals to make 4 more lesser ensouled bars to upgrade your weapons. Make sure to adjust your ritual board accordingly for each. Then withdraw the bars and hand in the task to Kili to be able to upgrade your weapons. Then upgrade your weapons at the forge. And now we're going to gear up to kill Ankus in the Stronghold of Security, 4th level until level 50. If you have a Skull Scepter, it'll take you there very easily. Otherwise, you'd have to traverse the Stronghold or kill the Ankus in the Wilderness Crater. Once you're level 50, head to Kili to get the next task, which is Kili's Knowledge 3 for tier 50, Death Guard and Skull Lantern. Head to the Grand Exchange and buy an apple pie and 10 lesser spirit mementos. Then tele back to the ritual site and do 10 lesser communion rituals on the 10 lesser spirit mementos. Then tele to Port Sarum and head south to Mudskipper Point. Here, you're going to need to be able to kill Mogres, which requires completing the Mogre mini-quest. Eventually, one will drop the Necromancer's Flippers. Tele back to the ritual site, do 6 more lesser ensouled materials to make 6 more lesser ensouled bars, then withdraw them, head back to Kili, hand in the task, and then upgrade your weapons to tier 50, which also requires 45 smithing. From here, we're going to gear up with at least 1 piece of either Saradomin or Zamorak gear on us, and we're going to head over to the bandit camp in the Kurdian Desert, and we're going to kill bandits until level 60. So they're permanently aggressive to any player wearing equipment or accessories that are aligned with either Saradomin or Zamorak, and they also drop herbs which can be noted with magic notepaper, placed in an herb bag, or consumed with herbicide to gain some experience in herb lore. Once you're level 60, we're going to want to do the easy Underworld achievements. At this point, you should have naturally completed some of them, so we're just going to do what's left. So we're going to go to the Grand Exchange, buy 2 vials of water, 2 regular ashes, 1 Kadzava berries, 1 Marantel potion unfinished, and lastly, buy any 1 focus material from the Grand Exchange like bones or another fragile memento if you're all out of the focus materials in your chest at the ritual site. Otherwise, just head back to and immediately mix the berries with the unfinished potion to make a necromancy potion to easily complete a medium task. Then buy 200 weak necroplasms from Soul Supply's general store. Then head back to the ritual site and brush away 2 more glyph slots and 2 light sources. Place candles and craft 2 Regent 1 runes, and then do a lesser necroplasm ritual. Then get at least 40 lesser necroplasms from the chest and click it to mix it with the ashes and the vials of water to make 2 regular ghostly inks. Then clear away 1 of the Regent 1 runes to make a Multiply 1 rune, and then do another ritual with that 1 focus material you bought earlier to easily complete another 2 medium tasks. While by the chest, you should have some leftover impure essence from the Rune Mythos quest, so grab at least like 6 of them and then head to the Necromantic Rune Temple, which is the rune crafting icon on the map. Click on the portal, go inside, then drop 1 impure essence and then make 5 bone runes by clicking the bone altar. This will be relevant later. Then pick up that 1 impure pure essence that you dropped and click on the flesh altar to make flesh runes, and then this will also easily complete another medium task. Now we're going to teleport back to the wilderness lodestone, head over to the graveyard and conjure a skeleton to kill a skeleton nearby. Then if you haven't unlocked this achievement already, head over to the nearby Abyssal demons. If you have 85 Slayer, build 6 Necrosis stacks on one of them and then use Finger of Death on it. If you don't have the Slayer level, then build the stacks on any creature that can survive your attacks and use the Finger of Death on them. Then from here we're going to teleport back to and head over to this building here and click on the very bottom stairs. It can be a little tricky to find. Then walk over to the other platform and that's it. You'll get the achievement right there. Then head over to the prayer icon on the map and talk to Celine to learn Necromancy Prayer. Then you can keep learning Necromancy prayers from her based off your Necromancy and prayer levels. And then that should be all. If you missed any, just check the list and do them. It shouldn't take too long. So finally, teleport back to the ritual site and talk to Ichlarin right here at the top of the stairs to get your Underworld Grimoire Tier 1 and then equip it. And then we're going to do the medium Underworld achievements, and at this point you should have already naturally completed most of them. So based off what's left, make sure that at the Well of Souls you have either Conjure Putrid Zombie or Conjure Vengeful Ghost unlocked. Then we're going to teleport back to the Wilderness Lodestone and then head east into the graveyard where the zombies are. Pick a fight with one of them and then cast the Lesser Bone Shield incantation using the bone runes that we made earlier. Then cast the Reflect defensive ability, then conjure a zombie to kill the zombie. Keep in mind that you'll have to build up to 50% adrenaline to cast a Reflect. If you want to do the Conjure Vengeful Ghost instead, then from the Wilderness Lodestone you're going to head over to the Boneyard and then do the same thing on a ghost. You're going to conjure Vengeful Ghost on a ghost instead and then kill the ghost. And then there you go, that should have completed your medium achievements. If not, then check the list to see what's left. It shouldn't take too long to complete anything remaining, it's all relatively easy. Finally, teleport back to and talk to Frank over here to get your Underworld Grimoire Tier 2, and then you're going to equip that. And then we're going to head over to the Grand Exchange, buy an Alteration Necklace and wear it. Also buy a Silver Bar, a Cut Sapphire, a Garden Pie, 100 regular Ghostly Ink, 100 Greater Ghostly Ink, and then 15 Atom Bars, Rune Bars, and Orichalcum Bars. And then 50 Bone Runes, 10 Fragile Mementos. If you don't want to buy the Mementos, then you'll have to head to the Abyss and kill 50 Abyssal monsters instead to fill the urn for the task. Make sure you don't accidentally use any Bone Runes during combat, otherwise you'll need to buy more or make more. Then teleport back to Kili with your Grimoire, deposit the ore, and smelt them into unensouled bars. Then make sure you have at least 2 empty inventory slots, and then get the next Kili's task, the Kili's Knowledge 4, to be able to craft a tier 60 Death Guard and Skull Lantern, and that requires 55 smithing. Now we're going to head back to the ritual site, deposit the bars, and adjust your ritual board to be able to do Ensoul material rituals. So do the 6 Ensoul materials and then use the unensouled bars to make 6 Ensouled bars. You only need 6 for the gear, but we're gonna do 1 more for 7 to be able to unlock the Deathwarden Nexus. This acts similarly to a rune pouch, so the Nexus can hold a maximum stack of each necrotic rune and ectoplasm. So the Nexus can be crafted in the Soul Forge with 1 Ensouled bar, 1 Silver bar, and 1 Cut Sapphire, and then attuned at the Dark Portal by the Runecrafter icon directly northeast of the smithy. Once you make it, you're going to fill it up with any runes you have or any ectoplasm you have in your inventory. Then we're going to head back to the ritual site, deposit the mementos, and then we're going to adjust the board to be able to do Greater Communion rituals. So then do the 10 Greater Communion rituals with the Spirit Mementos as your focus. And then notice in your inventory that Kili has given you an Anku Agitator, so then gear up to fight if you don't have your Necromancy gear on you already, and teleport back to the Stronghold of Security level 4 with your Skull Scepter from your bank, or just go to the Wilderness Crater, which also has Ankus, and then use the Agitator on 10 Ankus that you aren't fighting, and then eventually a big boy spawns that will drop the residue needed to complete the task. Alright, so once you've done that, you want to teleport back to Smithy and then talk to Kili to hand in the task, and then she'll teach you how to upgrade your gear. So then head over to the Soul Forge, and then just upgrade your Death Guard and Skull Lantern. So I was initially going to kill Exiled Calphite Marauders until level 66, which is at the Exiled Calphite Hive south of the Bandit Camp in the desert, but that turned out to be a horrible time. So instead, if you have 50 Slayer, you're going to want to head over to the Slayer Tower, 2nd floor, and kill Bloodvelds. It's pretty AFK, and you can make it more AFK with aggression potions, and it's decent money too. But if you don't have 50 Slayer, I'd highly recommend to get 50 Slayer, or if not, just stick to the bandits in the desert. From level 66 to 70, we're going to head back to the Grand Exchange and stock up on more regular regular and greater ghostly ink if you need, and we're going to buy 38 spirit mementos. If you're using an alteration necklace and low level multiply glyphs, then you should be able to get 47 souls per ritual, which would actually cost you a bit less than 38 spirit mementos, but this is just according to the wiki and we're going to stick to this for now. So head back to the ritual site, deposit your mementos, and set up your board to be able to do greater communion rituals. You should also install a couple multiply glyphs to give you more souls per memento. Then complete the 38 greater communion rituals using the spirit mementos, which should get you at least to 2,000 souls to unlock Spectral Scythe. This is an extremely powerful ability for leveling necromancy, with further upgrades at 4,500 and 8,500 souls, requiring levels 70 and 80 necromancy respectively. So then unlock Spectral Scythe, then make sure to put it on your action bar, and then head back to the Slayer Tower 2nd floor and kill Bloodvelds until level 70. You might have to hop worlds a couple times because it's a pretty popular trading spot, otherwise just kill more bandits. From level 70 to 80, now we're going to quickly upgrade our gear to tier 10 Deathwarden gear to tier 60. So from the Grand Exchange, buy 28 spider silk hoods, 19 mystic hats, 10 threads, 15 spring sheared wool, 225 spirit runes, 100 bone runes, and stock up on more ghostly ink. Then teleport back to the ritual site, deposit all the materials, and set up your board to be able to do lesser enso material rituals. Then do 28 lesser enso material rituals with 28 spider silk hoods as the focus to make 28 lesser ensouled cloths. When that's done, the pedestal will automatically switch to threads, so you don't have to move at all, which is nice. Then do 10 lesser ensoul material rituals with 10 threads to make 10 lesser ensouled threads. Now set up a ritual board to do ensoul material rituals, so not the lesser variety. Then do 19 ensoul material rituals with 19 mystic hats to make 19 ensouled cloths. Then like before, it should automatically switch to the spring sheared wool. So then do 15 ensoul material rituals with the 15 spring sheared wool to make 15 ensouled threads. So all in all, you should have 28 lesser ensouled cloths, 10 lesser ensouled thread, 19 ensouled cloths, and 15 ensouled threads. Once you're done, right click on all the finished material and hit bank all and teleport back to Smithy. Then withdraw your gear and the material and upgrade all your tier 10 Deathwarden gear one by one to tier 60 at the forge. So now we gotta hit 4,500 souls. This will unlock Spectral Scythe 2. So head back to the Grand Exchange, buy 58 more spirit mementos, and stock up on more ink if you need. Then head back to the ritual site and deposit the mementos and set up the ritual board to do greater communion rituals, and then do 58 greater communion rituals using the spirit mementos as your focus. Now you'll need to do the Vessel of the Harbinger and the Spirit of War quests, which is required in order for us to upgrade our gear to tier 70. I will have real quick quest guides right here and here, so go ahead and do those quests and come back to the video. After the quests, talk to Kili to choose your armor upgrade. To craft power armor, we're going to complete Kili's Knowledge 5 power variety. This requires us to get 5 Royal Chitons and 5 Hideous Moleskins, requiring 5 kills of the Calphite Queen and 5 kills of the Giant Mole. Try and make sure you do this at War's Retreat because the banking and travel will make things much easier. So gear up to fight the Queen, make sure to do an instance and fastest spawn times possible, and then go ahead and kill her 5 times. The Royal Chiton is a guaranteed drop, so just get 5 of those, then head back, bank the goods, and now go fight Giant Mole. This fight's more annoying because of all the running around, but it's like the easiest boss fight in the game, shouldn't be too hard at all. And just like the Queen, the Hideous Moleskin is also a guaranteed drop, so get 5 of those as well. Then teleport back to Kili and hand in your task to learn how to make tier 70 gear. At this point, if you have any uninstalled bars in your furnace, finish smelting those so that you can deposit them in the ritual site box. Then we're going to head to the Grand Exchange and buy 100 more bone runes and stock up on more ghostly ink. Then teleport back to the ritual site, deposit the bars, set up your ritual board to do ensoul material rituals, and finish making 8 ensouled bars. Then withdraw them from the chest and teleport back to Smithy, unequip your weapons, and upgrade them to tier 70 at the forge. This requires 65 smithing. Now to upgrade your tier 60 armor to tier 70 power armor, you need 5 Hermotic plates, which are obtained as a 1 in 10 drop from Hermod, the Spirit of War. But after the quest, you should have received 1 plate already, so you just need 4 more. And having tier 70 necromancy weapons should now make the Hermod fight a little easier. So at the nearby bank, stock up on food, potions, a salve amulet if you have. Then you're going to want to head over to Selene and unlock the Leech Necromancy curse if you have ancient curses unlocked. Then head over to Karen at the docks and travel to the Hermod boss fight. Set up your quick curses to leech necromancy strength and either deflect necromancy or soul split. I tried soul split first first, but then found that Deflect Necromancy was more comfortable, so you might want to do that. The fight is pretty easy. All you need to know is if he does this animation right here, where he kind of drops his arms a little, then he's about to do a big attack that disables your prayers, so you're going to want to move out of the way. That, and if he summons things, then he becomes immune to all damage until you kill his summons. And that's pretty much it. Keep killing him until he drops 4 more plates. All in all, I got to level 77 Necromancy just killing this guy a bunch of times, and it took me 41 kills to get 4 plates, which is pretty close to the drop rate. Anyways, teleport back to Smithy, withdraw the rest of the ensouled cloths and thread, and with the plates in your inventory, upgrade your Deathwarden armor to Deathdealer power armor. This also requires 100 bone runes that we bought earlier, so if you don't have any spare left, then you're going to need to buy or make some more. And now we have a full set of tier 70 necromancy gear with power armor and weapons, which is really nice. Next, you're going to want to augment your weapons if you can. It's good to consider using the Scavenging 4 perk for a chance at obtaining rare materials while training, but me personally, I just went with Precision 6 on my main hand and Eruptive 4 on my offhand. Then to get to level 80, I tried killing bound skeletons in the wilderness, but honestly they hit too damn hard and it was uncomfortable, so I just went back to Blood Velves until level 80. Now from level 80 to 91, we're going to head back to the Grand Exchange, buy 21 Necromium bars, 21 Bane bars, 15 Miasma runes, a red berry pie, 93 spirit mementos, and stock up on more ghostly ink. Yeah, you know where this is going. Head back to Kili and get the tier 80 task in order to complete the tank armor path, so you can upgrade your weapons, not your armor, to tier 80 while keeping your armor at tier 70 power armor. The reason why we're not doing the tier 80 power route is that the task requires killing necks, and we're not going to be able to do that with tier 70 weapons. Unless you want to do it with a group, then that's different. Then go ahead and just do the tier 80 power task. Then put the bars in the furnace, then smelt 15 greater unensouled bars. Then teleport back to the ritual site and deposit the bars and the mementos. Then adjust your ritual board to do greater ensoul materials, and then do them to make all 15 greater ensouled bars. Now to reach 8500 souls, we're going to do 93 more greater communion rituals, which will unlock Spectral Scythe 3 and Darkness. The latter adds a 20% chance to dodge incoming attacks, which can be used to increase survival rates while training. However, to use Darkness, you need to do Tomes of the Warlock quest, which I honestly didn't think was necessary to get to 99 Necromancy, so I just skipped it. But unlocking Spectral Scythe 3 is definitely helpful for training, and doing these rituals will also fill the urn and probably score you a couple levels too. So adjust your board to do greater communion rituals, then do the 93 spirit mementos, then unlock your Spectral Scythe tier 3 upgrade, and then go to the ritual chest and right click on the bars and hit bank all. So the tank path requires you to kill all the God Wars dungeon bosses, so head back to War's Retreat and gear up with food and potions. It doesn't matter which order you kill them in, as long as after each kill you immediately right click on the uncharged spirit bound hammer that Kili gives you for the task and use it on each of the general's respective altars as soon as they die to charge the hammer. So you're going to kill the boss and immediately right click on the hammer and use it on their altar, and it'll display a text with their color and their name. Now once that's over, teleport back to War's Retreat, and if you click on your hammer it should display all 4 names, so that's how you know you've done it. So now bank everything, withdraw the urn, the fully charged hammer, and the red berry pie, and the unsold bars, then teleport back to Kili. Hand in the task and she'll teach you how to make tier 80 gear. So now we're going to upgrade your weapons to tier 80, which requires 6 greater ensouled bars and 75 smithing. Now that you have tier 80 weapons, you can kill higher level stuff easier. I tried Abyssal Savages first. It was then tried Abyssal Beasts, which was also so I just went back to Blood Velves until level 90, which I just want to point out was so AFK-able that I did it on the mobile app on my phone. And also from levels 88 to 90 Necromancy, Blood Velves made me like 17 mil, which was on double XP, so you should be able to make more if it wasn't double XP. And one thing to note is if you have 85 Slayer, instead of Blood Velves, I'd kill Abyssal Demons in the Chaos Ridge. The Abbey Demons here are permanently aggressive, so if you have an attuned Ectoplasmer and a Demon Horn Necklace and Soul Split, you can pretty much stay here forever. So yeah, you're going to either want to kill Blood Velves or Abyssal Demons until level 91 Necromancy. As soon as you hit level 90 or 91, whatever, if you have 95 prayer, you're going to want to head over to Selene and unlock Sorrow. And so now you have two options. You can either continue to train Necromancy with combat, which I tried on Abyssal Demons in the Wilderness as I showed before, or you can get to 99 with rituals. Now the fastest training method by far, which I personally did until 99 and highly recommend if you can, is to exclusively train by doing rituals, which is definitely going to be the more expensive route because of the cost to upkeep the ghostly ink, and because you'll also need necromancy potions to keep your necromancy at level 107 in order for you to make tier 3 alteration glyphs. So at this point you can ignore any weapon or armor upgrades if you wish and leave your weapons at tier 80 and gear at tier 70 power armor, which is what I would personally recommend to get to 99 because this is just a faster route. So if you're going to do that, if you want to do rituals, then head to the Grand Exchange and stock up on all 4 types of ghostly inks. Now you have access to powerful ones, and you're going to want to buy powerful mementos. I bought 100. That was enough to get me to 99, but this was double XP, so you're going to probably want to buy more. Just note that the powerful ink and the mementos will be expensive, but this setup will grant you souls to help unlock more at the Well of Souls for future upgrades. Also, buy some extreme and supreme necromancy potions to keep your necromancy at level 107. Then we're going to teleport back to the ritual site and remove all remaining dust blocking glyphs and light sources. You now have access to powerful tier 3 rituals, so set up your ritual board to be able to do powerful communion rituals. Then drink an extreme necromancy potion to boost your necromancy to level 107. If you're at level 91 necromancy like I advised, then this should definitely get you to 107. I just used overloads because I was lazy at the time and didn't want to buy those potions, but you should definitely not do what I did. You should definitely use the necromancy potions. And with your 3 remaining glyph slots, you're going to make 3 tier 3 attraction glyphs, because this, along with your alteration necklace, should boost your soul attraction level to 640%, which anything past 500% is going to be ideal. And then once you're level 94 necromancy, you can switch to supreme necromancy potions instead of the extreme ones, and this will save you some money. So the bulk of the experience gained during these rituals comes from ritual disturbances. The experience gained from completing the actual ritual itself is only less than 10% of the total experience, so therefore, completing disturbances is required for this method to actually work and give you the most XP per hour, and the experience is granted upon successful completion of a disturbance, and the experience gained by rituals increases as you level up. And just one thing to note, the defile green blob disturbances are definitely the best because they give the most XP and they have a chance to give you a necromancy XP tome, which will get you even more XP. And doing those disturbances is pretty easy. Is whenever you hear the sound, you want to click, or if you see the pink smoke, you also want to click. Other than that, the storm cloud disturbance is also the best one. And on a side note, I left my grimoire at tier 2 because doing tier 3 and tier 4 underworld achievements seems like a hassle, honestly, and wasn't worth it to me to spend that time doing it, especially since it was double XP weekend for me and I had limited time. Just for an extra 6% XP boost, it didn't seem all that much worth it, but if I had more time and it wasn't double XP weekend, then I definitely recommend doing those tier 3 and tier 4 tasks if you can, because it will definitely increase your XP per hour. Other than that, if you want to stick to combat, we're either going to do one of two things. You can either just safely AFK bandits, bloodvelds, or abbey demons until 99 to keep things simple, or you can choose to upgrade your gear, which involves first upgrading weapons to tier 90, then armor to tier 80, then armor to tier 90. But honestly, if you don't want to complicate things and you don't have level 85 Slayer, but you do have 50 Slayer, just do Bloodvelds. They're so easy. You don't even need food or potions. Just bring some note paper for the herbs, a gem bag for the gems, and the stackables, especially the congealed blood altogether, will make you a buttload of money. Otherwise, you're going to stick to bandits or do lower level rituals with tier 2 attraction glyphs. I wouldn't recommend that because it'll definitely be the slower route. So once you hit 99, teleport to and head south to the Spirit of Achievement over here and buy the cape from him. The cape's perk allows you to always have one of the alteration glyphs active inside the cape, which is based off your actual level and not boostable. So you're going to want to put a multiply 2 glyph in there, which is what I did. Or if you want, you can put an attraction 2 glyph there and your attraction at the site will be 700%, which is actually insane. Then there you have it. Congratulations, you have 99 necromancy. If this was holding you back for your max cape, then congratulations on becoming a max player once again. If not, then hopefully this is one of many 99s for you, and then hopefully you can work your way to the max cape pretty easily. Oh my God, finally I'm home. Yeah. Oh, by the way, I got the pet drop at 19 mil XP.